Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
The Daily Compliance News for March 21, 2025, the Fired Edition. And we begin with that story from Law 360 that ex-Cognizant technology executive Stephen Schwartz has been forced to fire his counsel that will defend him in literally 3 weeks because of President Trump's executive order. Now he's literally without counsel. Paul Weiss moved to withdraw, given that he terminated the firm, saying that it was for other good cause. So the effect of Trump's executive order is immediately felt. You can see where this is going to go, that even though the matter is set for trial, now they don't have counsel. Mr. Schwartz is concerned that the firm's continued representation of him may negatively affect his ability to obtain a favorable review of the case or otherwise create conflicts of interest. So we're quickly going to the point where if you're not a Trump-approved counsel, you can't represent somebody in federal court. That's going to be special. Next up, in another article from Law 360, Philip Bance interviewed a couple of people on the decision to self-disclose or not in this interim period where the Department of Justice is reviewing FCPA guidance. Of course, self-disclosure was extraordinarily favored under all prior administrations. It's really not clear what may happen going forward, but this piece cites or quotes James Koukios, who said, quote, "It's always been a gamble on whether or not to self-report, but at least before there was a playbook to follow with rules of engagement. Right now, I don't think there's a playbook, so this makes it a bit more of a gamble." Now, I'm sure, given that we will have no FCPA enforcement under Trump, that many companies are considering self-disclosure because you immediately get a free pass and a waiver of any violations that you have engaged in, because the administration is not going to enforce the law, but it's still an open question until the guidance comes out. So it may be till the end of the year before we obtain this. Next up, from the BBC, Ben & Jerry's chief executive, David Stever, was fired by the parent company Unilever in a growing dispute over the ice cream company's political activism. Ben & Jerry are well known for their political activism, and they were guaranteed by Unilever in the merger agreement that it would not attempt to silence Ben & Jerry's social mission. But now Unilever said, no, we're going to go ahead and fire the chief executive. It's going to unclear who will be the new chief executive. And then an interesting piece from the Air Force Times, a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News, says the Air Force is going to send hit teams out to make sure no one in the Air Force is engaging in DEI, which of course means an all-white Air Force in Europe as well. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.